Peace, everyone, and welcome to Morning Metta. I'm Camilla, and today we're going to do our compassion practice. Before we get started, as you know, we got to ground first, and then we're going to set an intention for today, have our centering thought. Then I'll guide you through our compassion practice for today. And after that, come back and have our call to action. All right, everyone. So we're at the end of the week. Let's ground together. For today, we're going to start with just loosening up the body for this grounding practice. It's the end of the week. You might still be holding a lot of things. So we're going to gently just shake some things out, shake it off. So start with the hands, if that's possible, shaking the hands out, raising them above the head and down the sides, just shaking some of the tension, the tightness, anything else that you've been holding all throughout the week. Give a little shake about 3 times. If you like, you can get up, shake other parts of the body if that feels more comfortable for you. We want to just shake things up a little bit and just release some of the things we've been holding all week long. Once you're done with that, come back to center. Pause. Allow yourself to feel into the body. Do you feel a little tingling in the hands and the arms from shaking them out? Do you feel something moving? Maybe you've shaken up some stress and now it's moving through and out of the body. Take time to notice what you feel like in this moment. All right. Now we're in by just taking a nice deep breath in, nice and slow, and exhale out. All right. So now we're going to set an intention for today. This is our mindfulness practice where we really lean into what we're wanting for ourselves today. Take the time to think about what you're wanting, whether it is a state of being. You want to be peaceful today. Do you want to have a certain attitude of kindness or gratitude? Is there something that you want to focus on and just bring all your attention to? Whatever it is, take the time now to think of what that is, and then over the next 5 to 10 seconds, set that intention. If you'd like, you can use the sentence stem that we've been inviting people to use, which is, my intention for today is, and just finish that out. All right, go ahead and do that now. All right, wonderful. Again, that intention that you're setting is really centered on practicing identifying what you're wanting for yourself and doing your best to release how it's going to happen and what the outcome is going to be. Now, for our centering thought, today is a quote that says, without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. Again, that quote says, without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. And this is a quote from the ancestor Maya Angelou. That's a wonderful, wonderful quote. So take the time to allow that to resonate in any way that it touches you or connects to you. So as we go into this main practice of compassion, I'm actually inspired by the centering thought that we just had around courage. And I think that I want to just focus in on that for our compassion practice today. So what I'll do is guide you through a practice where we will center courage in regards to showing ourselves compassion. Really leaning into the desire to cultivate this courage, so that we can be kind to ourselves, be friendly to ourselves, and support ourselves through anything that may be challenging or causes us suffering. All right. Find yourself a comfortable position. You can have your feet gently relaxing flat on the floor if you happen to be seated. Your hands can rest gently in your lap. You can hold your back straight but not too tight or rigid. And then you can keep your eyes open, or you can close them. If they're open, you can just have a low gaze, maybe looking down towards the ground or the floor, on an area you like to focus on, or you can close the eyes, whatever feels best for you. So let's start this practice just by gently taking in your surroundings right now, wherever you might be. Engage your senses by noticing sound, any sounds that are in the space that you're in. From sound, gently bring your attention into touch. So notice the body, notice the chair that you might be seated on, or any way your body is positioned. If it's against something, noticing the touch of that against the body. Noticing your sense of smell. If you happen to have any fragrances or odors in the space that you're in, noticing that. And then from that sense of smell, gently bringing your attention into the breath in the body. Noticing the breath in this natural pace as you inhale and exhale. Also noticing the body, if there's any places in the body that are calling your attention, because you might be noticing a little bit of tightness or tension, tingling or vibration, a sense of coolness or warmth. Now I want to invite you to bring to mind this idea of courage. And for the sake of the practice, I'll define courage as the capacity and the ability to move forward in the face of fear. Sometimes that fear can take on other forms. That fear can look like shame, it can look like anger, it can look like dishonesty, it can look like unkindness. So I would like you to bring to mind right now any times where those things have been present for you. Fear, for example, and whatever that fear might have looked like for you. And as you do that, gently resource yourself by noticing the breath as you inhale and exhale. Maybe that breath is at the chest, rising and falling, at the belly, rising and falling. Or it could be at the nose or the throat as you inhale and exhale. And as you continue to hold that thing that may have disrupted or gotten in the way of your courage coming forward, I want to invite you right now to just gently say to yourself, may I be courageous. And take the time to breathe. Notice your breathing. Again, bring into mind things that have gotten in the way of courage. Saying to yourself, may I be courage. May I be courageous in the face of fear. Again, saying to yourself, may I be courageous in the face of fear. Breathing gently. Next, bringing to mind other ways that this fear may show up, saying to yourself, may I be courageous in the face of shame. Again, gently breathing in and out. Again, one more time, bring to mind how fear has shown up in other ways for you, saying to yourself, may I be courageous in the face of unkindness. Continuing to breathe and just notice what you're feeling and sensing in this moment. If there's any tightness or tension right now, I'm inviting you to breathe in deeply into that place. And on your exhale, pretend as if you're breathing out from that place that is tightened up. Exhale out. Again, inviting you to settle into this idea of courage by saying to yourself, may I be courageous even when I think I'm not able to. May I be courageous even when it looks like all is lost. May I be courageous when it looks like I'm not able to find the love for myself. Pause here. Again, allow yourself to notice how you're feeling. Is this causing you to tighten up? Is it causing you to tense? Or do you feel a sense of relaxation or calm? Now inviting you to breathe in gently. Inhale in, and on the exhale, breathe out. Allow your shoulders to drop, the back to fall, and the rest of the body to relax. And as we bring this practice to a close, we're just going to invite into ourselves again. May I be open and receptive to being courageous. Again, may I be open and receptive to being courageous. One last time, may I be open and receptive to being courageous. Again, pause here. Notice the body. Notice your breathing gently. And breathe in. And breathe out. All right, everyone. Inviting you into this moment. Allow yourself to continue to be in stillness if that's what's helpful for you. Maybe you need to, again, shake out the body. If anything has been arising for you, whatever's necessary, do that now. I'd also like to invite you today for our call to action to see if there's a moment where you can bring forth your capacity and your openness to being courageous. And maybe that courageous act looks like something where you are just being kind to yourself. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be something that seems so large. It could be simply you saying something kind to yourself as an act of being courageous. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and continue to join us each and every day as we'll start grounded, intentional, and connected. Ashe.